The hit TV show gets its first video game tie-in with an innovative approach to being a gangster in 1990s Birmingham. Not only are TV tie-ins rare when it comes to video games, but so too is the whole concept of overseeing a heist or doing anything illegal that doesn't involve just shooting someone in the face. When Grand Theft Auto is the most realistic portrayal of a career criminal, most other games aren't even trying. But in keeping with the show, Peaky Blinders tries to take a more thoughtful approach to running a gang, while also offering an imaginative take on traditional stealth gameplay. Mastermind has been created with the help of series creator Stephen Knight and acts as a prequel by taking part just before the start of season 1. Sadly, Cillian Murphy and the other cast members are not involved, but you do get to control most of the characters, such as Tommy Shelby, Arthur, Polly, and John, as you set about establishing your Burmese crime empire. Mastermind adds some traditional additional twists to try and increase the sense of tension, although it takes an awful long time for the game to get into its stride. Although the real actors are not actually being involved is one thing, the script is surprisingly poor given that Stephen Knight was supposed to be overseeing the game. And if you didn't know this was based on an award-winning TV show, you'd certainly never guess from the generic video game dialogue and plotting. The game is also very poor at explaining the settings or who everyone is, so if you haven't seen the show, you'll be at a big disadvantage, even if many times people seem to be acting out of character anyway. Thankfully, the game's visuals are more a message as you scurry through the early 20th centuries of Birmingham in a series of timed missions. Time limits can often bring nothing but frustration, but here they definitely add a sense of tension to what otherwise could be rather a dry experience. There's a strong stealthy element to the game, with everyone having vision cones that are clearly indicated on screen and which you do not want to step into if you wish to avoid being seen. There's also a puzzle element where you're trying to get doors open or divert unwanted attention, none of which is very interesting on its own, but when combined with having to control multiple players at once and working under a time limit, does become more engaging. Coordination is key, but since that's difficult when you're trying to oversee multiple characters at once, the game's most unique idea is the rewind time option, so that you can get one gang member to where they need to be, then rewind to sort out the others. The problem is there are only 10 missions, so just as the game starts to get interesting, it's all over. This is a pity because with the final missions, you're not only controlling multiple characters but splitting them up into teams and coordinating them so that they set into motion events like diverting patrolling policemen or blocking of escape routes that affects all the other characters on the other side of the map. So, in conclusion, regardless of whether there's a sequel with a Peaky Blinders license, Mastermind's basic setup is one that's begging to be turned into a fully fledged heist game. So, in the meantime, there's a flawed tie in that fails to mimic the tone and storytelling of the show and only comes alive in terms of gameplay in the final couple of hours.